That's a great question. You know, focus is the key to life. The more focused you are, the more effective you are. Paul says, this one thing I do, not these 40 things I dabble in. And the more your life is focused, it's like a magnifying glass. The sun by itself won't really burn anything, but if you focus it with a magnifying glass, you could burn little bugs and set grass on fire. I mean, I used to do that as a kid. If you focus light even more, it becomes a laser. A laser can cut through steel. A laser can kill a cancer. And so selection is the name of the game. Now, what I believe is the key to that focus is not time management. I believe it's energy management. We all have the same amount of time, 168 hours a week, but we don't have the same amount of energy. So you have to figure out how best to use your energy. You've got 21 segments a week, 7 mornings, 7 afternoons, 7 evenings. When is your peak times? Use your best times for your best projects. Use your down times for projects that don't matter. If you think well in the morning, then do your thinking in the morning. If you think well in the evening, think in the evening or the afternoon. So an important thing is to first understand that everybody has ebbs and flows. And you need to know yourself and know how to recharge yourself. And one of the ways you recharge yourself, I call it divert daily, withdraw weekly, and abandon annually. Every day you need to divert and do something that re-energizes you. I found that since I work with my mind all day, I relax with my hands. Now, if I were a mechanic or a gardener, I'd probably want to sit and read at night, not do something else with my hands. But because I think with my mind most of the day, I like to do gardening. You know, you figure out what you like to do. You hit some tennis balls, go swimming, play the piano or guitar, wrestle with your kids, whatever it is. You divert daily, you withdraw weekly. That means every week you take a Sabbath. Don't call it a day off. And Sunday's not your Sabbath. You know, on Monday's my Sabbath. I do nothing. I do not answer email on Mondays. I do not do funerals on Mondays. That's my day off. The pastor who's available all the time isn't very usable when he's available. So you need to have some time to yourself. So there are emotional things that recharge you. There are spiritual things that recharge you. And there are intellectual things that recharge you. When I hear people say, I don't know what to preach on, well, it means to me, you're just not spending enough time in the Word, because there's plenty of stuff in the Word to preach on. You read it, go, wow, that's a sermon, that's a sermon. The most important thing, though, is motivation. Knowing why you do what you do. The why always determines the how long. When you figure out why you do what you do, then you know how long it will keep you going when you feel like giving up. I would encourage you to study 2 Corinthians chapter 4. In that passage, Paul gives 7 keys or principles or secrets of staying power. And he says, this is how we keep on keeping on. And I won't go into all that. I've got a whole message on it. But one of them is, he says, we do it what we do for Jesus' sake. And twice in that passage, he uses the phrase, we do it for Jesus' sake. If you ask Paul, why do you put up with, 5 times you were beat 39 lashes? You can imagine what his back looked like, 5 times 39. 3 times he was beaten with rods. He was shipwrecked. He was in prison. He went without food and all. Why do you do that, Paul? For Jesus' sake. I do it for Jesus' sake. And so motivation always determines endurance.